everyone! Today we are going to learn two ways to add and subtract decimals. So let's say we want to add $1.15 plus $2.35. First, we'll estimate. So I know it's going to be approximately $3 and some change. Now this helps me because if I get an answer of $10 or $100, something has gone wrong and I should check my work. So here's an example. We're going to solve this problem using two different methods that I'm about to teach you. The first one is the same as we learned yesterday using wholes, tenths, and today we're adding in hundredths. So let's say I want to do $1.15. Okay, I'm going to go $1, and then we have a 10, and we have 5 hundredths. Whoopsies. What is going on here? Oh, hang on, friends. We have a little technological issue. Okay, I think I've solved it. Here we go. So we got one whole, and then we have a 10, and then Miss Izzy. Oh, yeah, here we go. All right, we have a tenth, and we have 5 hundredths. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And again, we know this is correct because we're looking here. We see one whole, 1/10, and 5 hundredths. Now we're going to add some more. So we're going to add 2 wholes, and then we're going to add in an additional 3 tenths, 1, 2, and 3, and 5 hundredths, 1, 2, 3. I'm not being very neat because I'm trying to go a little quickly. 4 and 5. Okay, so I'm looking here. I see 3 wholes and essentially 5 tenths. So for my answer, I would say 3 wholes and 5 tenths, and I have 0 hundredths beside the tenths that I've already recorded. So it's 3.50. And the reason you write the 50 is because with money, we're always really talking about hundredths because pennies are hundredths. So this is just kind of the tradition of how people write it. So we add $1.15 with $2.35, and we get $3.50. So the other way you can think about it is this is 50 hundredths. Okie dokie. So that's addition. Now subtraction is the same thing, except you'll start with this number and you'll take away this number. And I won't show you that because I think you guys can figure it out on your own. There is one thing that might be a little tricky though. So let's say that I have a tenth and I need to subtract some hundredths. What I'll have to do is change out my tenth and put 10 hundredths instead. So that's the block method. Now this method is even easier. It's what you guys already know how to do. So let's say I wanted to do $1.15, whoops, and $2.35. And it's a plus, so I'm gonna write plus here. And now I'll add starting on the right. So I do 5 plus 5 is 10. So my 0 goes here. And then my 1 goes up here. And I'm actually going to add myself another little box on the top. So this will be my box for my extras. And then I add up here. This is a 5. I add up here. This is a 3. So I have $3.50. And so I'll add this little gray bar up here for anything you're carrying over to kind of help you keep that organized. So now let's try it with this one where we are subtracting. All right, so now I'm going to subtract 250 minus 125. And just a reminder, make sure you look if it's addition or subtraction. A lot of people seem to totally lose their head as soon as decimals appeared and forget the difference between addition and subtraction. So 0 minus 5. Can I do that? So I have to turn this 5 into a 4, and I'll borrow the 1s. Now that's a 5. That's 2, and this is a 1. So my answer is $1.25. So make sure that you still do the same thing you know how to do where you're borrowing. Now, if using this grid seems really annoying, remember, just do it on paper and take a photo. Put your photo right here. So otra vez, si a ti te molesta hacerlo de esa manera, solamente hazlo en una hoja de papel y haz eso para sacar una foto y poner tu foto aquí en tu pantalla. Okay, so ahora vimos las dos maneras. Now we saw the two methods. So you're going to do problem 1, problem 2, and then problem 3, you can use either method. So you can choose on the next page for A if you want to do the blocks or you want to do the grid. For B, same thing. You can choose blocks or grid. Just make sure that you put your answer here and you show your work on these two slides. And then for the last one, you're going to use the grid method for number 4. So this one, you have to use the grid method. All right. I know that was a lot of information. Make sure you ask if you have a question. Let's get started.